Impactful weather on the way later on today, so let's break it down in details here. So the timing looks like late afternoon, afternoon hours, rain moves into central Kentucky, turning to snow progressively later into the afternoon, depending on where you're at. We'll break that down in more detail. Earlier snow, though, the further north that you go, north of Lexington, along I-75, north of Lexington especially. But the impacts, slushy, difficult, late afternoon and evening commute is looking likely, especially in the Lexington metro area, especially after sunset. I think things are going to take a big turn once we see that daylight dissipate, and then you head into the nighttime. Road conditions are going to be tough. We'll be tracking cold temperatures on the backside of the system as well. We could see wind chill values into the single digits both Saturday and Sunday morning. So amounts, everyone wants to know the amounts, but it's more so about the impacts. We're not talking a ton of snow, 1 to 3 inches at most for northeast Kentucky, right around 1 inch south of I-64 between I-64 and the southern parkways. And then we're looking at mainly rain into south central Kentucky. So your winter alerts from noon today through 1 a.m. Saturday for central Kentucky, we are under a winter weather advisory that does include Lexington, Frankfort, Georgetown as well. Southeast Kentucky, that's through 4 p.m. today through 4 a.m. Saturday. Now, yes, this winter weather advisory starts at noon in Lexington, but we're not going to see impacts then. It's going to be later into the afternoon hours, probably closer to that timeline, 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. But the Louisville National Weather Service office also accounts for some southern Indiana counties that they need to start that at noon because that's when the precip arrives for them. Clouds and radar across the region showing that shield of snow towards Iowa, northern Missouri. The system is going to strengthen almost right along this front, move right along the Kentucky-Tennessee line, and that's just going to be bringing us our impacts later on today. Looking at those temperatures across the region, there's colder air, northeasterly winds, dropping temperatures for Cincinnati, Lexington, while the mild air is still to the south and the west. Let's time it out here with Futurecast. Again, quiet through the midday. Temperatures start to climb. We could reach the low to mid 40s here, Lexington northward. Meanwhile, we could reach the low to mid 50s into southern Kentucky where we're going to see rain. Futurecast brings that rain-snow mix into Lexington starting during the late afternoon, early evening. Notice we're seeing rain, mild temperatures, maybe even upper 50s for Monticello and Wayne County. Rain further south, snow chance further north. As you head after sunset, that's where temperatures start to drop. We could hit below freezing. That's where roads are really going to take a turn, 6 to 8 o'clock time frame for Lexington up to Williamstown, Frankfort, over towards Moorhead, Mount Sterling, Flemingsburg. Still seeing rain at this time into far southern Kentucky. By midnight, everyone starts to switch over into southern and southeastern portions of the region to snow. But notice Lexington, outside of a few flurries, we are done with any of that snow by midnight. And then tomorrow morning, that's where we could see a few flakes, and then the cold temperatures are left for us there for Saturday and then again into Sunday morning as well. So here's a look at amounts. Everyone wants to know that snow potential. So north of Lexington, 1 to 3 inches, I think closer to 1 to 2 for us, closer to 2 to 3 northeast Kentucky. Around an inch south of Lexington towards Mount Vernon, and then with mainly rain into southern Kentucky, you're not going to see much accumulation at all. Wind chill values are going to be cold on the backside of this system. Low teens, single digits possible Saturday morning, same as you head into Sunday morning, if not a little colder for areas with snow on the ground, which could include us here in Lexington as well. Again, we're right in that 1 to 3 inch range here locally. Looking at your full 7-day forecast, cold temperatures to start Saturday morning. We're going to be reaching the low to mid 30s. Sunday going to start off cold into the 40s by the afternoon. And then it's looking mild for most of next week with our warmest day, potentially Wednesday, highs pushing the low 60s.